Yeah, I got you. I hear you loud and clear. You're very muffled. Like, take a step away from the mic. You sound like fucking Charlie Brown right now. Keep going. Keep going. Hold the button down. Hold the button down. Keep going. Wakefield, keep going. Yeah, you got me? Yeah. You're, so you sound a little muffled. Hold on, wait a minute. Never mind, hold on. I'm good. I just realized Zemlak's jersey doesn't have a nameplate on it because she's wearing 20. Can you repeat that? Yeah. 25:50 on the clock, by the way. I don't know what time it is. 6:34. Do you want to just get a mic check on me now and then do Spizak later? Awesome. Perfect. All right. Well, welcome into the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena. The Corbett versus Corbett matchup. Approximately about, I'd say, 30 individuals about across the rink from me wearing matching shirts with a Bulldog and a Laker logo on them. Can you repeat that? You're still. All right. Yeah. I'm going to eat. Well, too bad.
season last year, where they ended up going. Wherever the stats are. Going. All right. So big matchup here today. We got big freshman coming in for the Oswego State Lakers. We got some new faces. All right, we good? All right, thanks, buddy.
Welcome into the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena for some Friday night hockey matchup between the number 12 ranked Adrian College Bulldogs and the Oswego State Lakers. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thomas Turgeon alongside my partner in crime for tonight's contest, Kyle Spizak. Kyle, a lot of storylines going into tonight. Opener for the Oswego State Lakers at home against a familiar foe that they opened up last year against, except on the road, Adrian College.
Yeah, that's what we got, another matchup of that last year. Last year, Adrian ended up taking one of the games, the season opener. But this year, Oswego's hoping to come out really strong on this Friday Night Lights game. Although it is not football, we are inside the Deb here tonight. Great matchup on both sides of the ice here, Turge.
Adrian College last year going 27-1 on the record, 15-1 in the conference. So Oswego, a tough test to open up regular season play. Starting lineups tonight for Oswego State, it's going to be Ariella Haas and Corbett on the wings, Kenzie Malone in center. As for the Bulldogs, it's going to be Petrowski, Bajelland, and Zorlori. And we are on our way for period one as Zenstein corrals it behind the net of newest goaltender to start in between the pipes for Oswego State, Lexi Levy, the transfer from Post University, as Adrian will work the point. Shot coming on goal there. That goes just wide. Haas battles for it in the corner. Zenstein picks it up, scoops it over to Shell, and sends it to the opposite side for Rachel Corbett. A sister versus sister matchup, as we didn't get to yet, but they're both on the ice. Rachel and Emma Corbett, both coming from Rochester. Little trip down 104. Plenty of family members in attendance tonight. Shot on goal there by Shell. That gets kicked away by the goaltender for Adrian, Sophie Goldberg. There's a battle for it behind. It was the sister matchup. It was Emma against Rachel, and we talked about them earlier in the week. They seemed very excited. The bragging rights this weekend, a best-of-3 series pretty much. Oswego took game one last year, a 2-game set this weekend at the Deb for both teams to open up regular season play. As the second line will come on for Oswego, Kaylin Tadia, Tessa Mucha, and Simone Bednarek on for line 2 for Oswego State. 18:50 remaining in this first period of play. As Webster pinches along the boards, and barely to chip it out was Laurie. As it's cleared all the way down for Belland. Knocked down by Zemlak out in front, and Levy will cover it up for a first stoppage of play here in the first period. And really a 50-50 start so far, but that was expected. Two teams really coming off not as a positive note exhibition play, really. 2 losses for Oswego, a split for Adrian. Both playing London, though, a competitive team who already played 20 games at that point. So good test for both these teams. Oswego looking to crack into that top 15 in week 1.
Yeah, both teams had a tough start to the year with London, but that is a good test to start the year off of, get the momentum going, and both teams seem to be coming out with the gates ready to go right here.
Levy in between the pipes tonight. We did not see her in exhibition play action for either of the contests. Joanna Hebert getting the nod for both of those contests. So the puck comes free. It's regrouped by Zemlak, brought into the defensive zone. It's sauced over for Webster as she fans on it. Bednarek recovers, back for Zemlak. A back pass for Burke as she'll chip it in, and forechecking is McGrath. McGrath battling in the corner. Puck comes free as it goes to the opposite side. That'd be LaSalle. Cleared out of play, and we will have a face-off back inside the Bulldog defensive zone.
Yeah, this has been a really back and forth so far, going up and down the ice here, Turge. Both teams play a very fast style, but they also aren't afraid to get physical. So we are in store for a very, very good matchup here today.
This last line coming out, it's Mac Hall, Kylie Grugan, and Morgan Shines on this line. Or excuse me, McGrath now there. But nonetheless, a line that seems to be a very productively offensively one, given the right chemistry so far this season, as Grugan will ricochet it right back around. Pinching in on the boards was Lease, one of the newcomers in this recruiting class this year. As it's picked right back up by LaSalle and cleared out for Anderson. Anderson down the right side. Grugan with a stick there. A backhand goes just wide. McGrath sends it right back behind the net. It's scooped up by Grugan. She peels away, though. Miscommunication there. Lease finds Grugan on the really pass by as she'll dump it into the defensive zone. They'll get a change. Adrian looking to fire it right back up as Oswego will get a little bit of a change as it's dumped right back in. Lease racing for it behind the net of Levy. A crisp pass there for Hull as she cannot get a stick on it. Shines will hit it around instead, but it's held on the line by Adrian. Dumped right back in, though, for the Bulldogs. Slater on the forecheck. Hold to pick it up in the near side corner. Bank it off the boards. It's knocked down by the defenseman Hansen as she'll peel back, and Adrian will regroup. Hudenish and chip right back up. It's gloved down by Slater. A battle out towards the center of the logo as a lot of this battle in the neutral zone so far. No team really getting a quality scoring opportunity as of right now, as the puck will go out of play. And we'll have a stoppage. It looked like it just found its way in the defensive door bench for the Oswego State Lakers.
Yeah, one of those weird ones that pops up over. But like you said, Turch, it has been a lot of play in the neutral zone so far. But given both these teams are so quick in their style of play, we can expect them to make a lot of quick passes and try to move through the neutral zone. But at the same time, both teams have an amazing forecheck and are really making it hard to make those plays.
And I can tell you another thing to expect. The Corbett noise is constant on the other end of the ice. They're right behind the Adrian bench. Shot by Corbett, actually, in the first save for Lexi Levy in between the pipes for Oswego State.
And that was a good save for Levy right there. Actually goes off a little bit of a redirection in front off the stick of a defensewoman, I believe. But good awareness by Levy to get over and be able to get in front of that puck and put it to a stoppage of play.
A battle out in front. It's scooped up by Haas on the tied-up face-off. A pass intended for Corbett as she'll race for it. It's waved off as Rachel will be the first one to get there. Nullifies the icing as the Bulldogs chip it out. Shell trying to hold it in. Cannot. It's a one-on-one the other way for Belland. Shot there, save, rebound cleared away by Shell. And a good save there by Lexi Levy. First two stops so far for Oswego.
And that was a tough one for her to get. Just goes right around the defender and gets a good opportunity on goal, but Levy's there to break that one down.
Zenstein drops it off for Shell, and a ricochet pass that was intended for Corbett to Malone got knocked away. Haas picks it up. She finds Malone in the center, but it's knocked back down as Hudenish pressures on it. Zenstein slows things down. Finds the center, tipped by Malone and kicked by Corbett into the defensive zone. We've seen the footwork be in full factor with this team for the last 3 games as it's dumped down, and it'll be a race for it. Webster will get all the way down there for an icing. So far, Adrian getting the more quality opportunities, but it's also early. 14:53 remaining in this first period of play.
Yeah, if you notice, the difference between Oswego and Adrian is Oswego's trying to make these passes, but they are either bobbling them once it hits their tape, or Adrian's able to get right on them and pressure them, make a mistake. Adrian, on the other hand, they're taking the puck on one player, skating the puck, and they're using their speed to their advantage, getting around Oswego's defense.
Face-off won by Mucha, and they'll battle for it in the corner. It's Trubin. Dropping it off and trying to clear it out is Cataract. Webster regroups, finds Zemlak on the opposite side. Looking for the center pass was Benrick. No luck there as Adrian will regroup. It's going to be a race for it again. LaSalle for it. Dumped right back in, though, by Hudenish as they'll get a majority of a change. Webster behind the net as she was pressured by Von Ruden. One of the players last year that was heavily impactful in Adrian's run. Last year, 25 games played and 23 points, 11 goals and 12 assists for 20 in gray. As this chipped up by Anderson, battling for it and knocked down. It's taken right back, though, by the Bulldogs. Hansen carrying out her own. Shot goes wide. Ricochet off the boards. And Levy was there just to smother it away. And active board bounce so far, so take that into note for Oswego in the upcoming offensive and defensive opportunities.
Yep, they got to be able to use the boards to their advantage. They're trying to, Adrian's just blocking up the lane.
Won by the Bulldogs as it's Corbett on the point. Emma Corbett, shot comes on, a glove save by Levy. Pretty routine save there for her 4th save of the night.
Yeah, just traps that one without a problem right into the good old basket right there. And Oswego is leading faceoffs 4-2 as of right now.
It was just about to be 4-3, but we have a stoppage as Dofied winning it again. Corbett on the point once more, dumped into the opposite corner. It would be Sorrell racing for it. Taken away by Oswego. McGrath sends it around, intended for Preston. She battles for it as she recovers the loose puck off the boards, and a couple hacks and whacks at it, and they finally get it out as it's Burke carrying it across the far side, dumping it in. McGrath racing for it. Corbett coming in on the back check for Adrian. Grugan in the corner now on the near side. Kylie Grugan battling for it, finds Burke, looking for an open McGrath, but it's taken away by the Bulldogs. It's going to be Dofai carrying across the near side and dumped right in. Shell will race for it. They'll have a wholesale change. It looks like a little miscommunication. We saw about 6 or 7 Bulldogs on the ice at that point, but no one really interacting with the play, so we play on. Adrian dumping it right back in. It's going to be Una Bellin coming back in. Feeds one out in front. Ricochet, save, rebounds. Oh my goodness, what a save. Lexi Levy shutting the door, keeping it scoreless not once, not twice, but 3 times, keeping it a scoreless game against the number 12 team in the country.
Lexi Levy looking like an absolute wall there, not allowing that one to get behind her. She had a real rough time on that one as the rebound comes right out, and then Adrian picks it up, almost puts it right behind her pad when she's stretched out, but she's able to flop over and block away that lane. Great play by Levy to keep this a 0-0 game.
Hull battles away with it. Coach Digby looking for a hook, but instead it'll be an offsides as Mac Hull was tied up. Nothing really there though, and a huge stop at one end led to an almost opportunity on the other end. But nonetheless, it'll be another face-off in the neutral zone. Morgan Shines will be on the draw for Oswego State. It's going to be Von Ruden on the other end of the circle for the Bulldogs. Face-off tie-up sends it into the Adrian defensive zone as they'll corral it and regroup. It's found. It's carried by Anderson on the left side. Anderson throws one on goal off the pad. Rebound out in front, cleared by Shines. Centered intended for Hull, but it's knocked away and dumped right back in by Trubin. Levy knocks it off her skate and sends it to the opposite corner. Intended to throw it on goal by Von Ruden, cannot there. Trubin shot, and that goes wide as Shines battles for it. Kirikostas with a whack, but it's kept in by Trubin, knocked away by Oswego. Anderson for it, finds an empty Shell. Shell carrying across neutral ice, a couple chances, shot on goal there, and that will be stopped by Goldberg as she really hasn't been contested much so far. A couple shots here, a couple shots there. A scoreless game with 11:50 remaining.
Yeah, only 2 shots so far on Goldberg, but she hasn't really faced anything tough like you said. But this Oswego team needs to start moving more. They don't move without the puck enough right now, and that's kind of been an issue so far in this game, and that's why Adrian's been so dominant, is they're constantly moving and ready for the puck to come to them.
A spinning puck relates to a clearing out from Oswego State as current shot 6-2 in favor of Adrian. Shot comes on there by Haas. Crashing Malone could not get the rebound in time as they'll regroup. Webster out in center ice, dumps it right back in. The first one to pick that up will be Anderson. A bank off the boards, knocked down by Webster this time as Adrian cannot clear. Corbett rims it all the way around to the near side corner, finds Ariella Haas. Had a hat trick in the opening game against London in exhibition play. Haas up for Zemlak. Mucha streaking in for the trailer. Has a tie up on the board. Zemlak joins in. Corbett and Haas battling for it. It's going to be Petrowski as well as it's flipped high and over everyone else. Levy will knock it down. We'll see if she plays it. She will not. She'll drop it for Webster behind the net as things will reset. Webster gets pinned away by Bellin, and the puck comes free. It's Tadia.
And Turge, that one was thrown down the ice almost like a lacrosse ball more than a hockey puck there.
Bednarek racing for it. It's knocked away by Adrian and picked right back up. A tumbling Bulldog was Wolschlager. And she falls down as it's regrouped by Webster again. She won't make the same mistake twice, but instead force a turnover and is dumped right back in. Zemlak on the near side corner. Unfortunate pass, finds Tadia one-on-one on the right side. Throws it on goal, pad save, rebound. Mucha was swinging for the fences on that one, but it's taken the other way, a 2-on-2. Fed out in front, shot gloved away by Levy on the shot by Hudanish. Back up for the point, a shot comes on there, save, rebound. As a wraparound attempt, and it goes in. Collapsing on the loose rebound. It will be Maya Roy getting her first on the year. Easy capitalization on the wraparound opportunity for the Bulldogs. It's 1-0.
Yeah, that's just good heads-up play by Maya Roy right there. As we can see the replay right here, a ton of opportunities there, just shot after shot. Levy does a great job keeping it off, but she comes around, banks it off the skate of Preston, and it goes in there. Not much Levy can do. Stood on her head for those. Levy stood on her head for those first two, but not able to keep it out.
1-0 for Adrian going midway through this first period of play. They've had the majority of the momentum so far as it's dumped in by Carmen Anderson. The rebound came free, but smothered by Levy. 1-0, 9:43 remaining in this first period of play. Men's hockey team also in action tonight down in Geneva at the Cooler. Currently a 0-0 score line there midway through the first period. It's a 1-0 Adrian lead here at the Deb this Friday night. Face-off won by the Bulldogs again. Shot comes on. Levy holds the post tight and holds that puck even tighter for her 10th save already so far. She's going to have to be big for this team tonight if they want to get a W.
Yeah, we're only about 10 minutes into this game, and she's already faced 12 shots. So she is standing on her head, only letting one in, getting peppered that fast, that quick. So great effort by Lexi Levy so far.
I believe it is the commentator's curse. We do have an update in the Oswego State men's game. Currently 1-0. Hobart scoring on the power play 1-0 with 8 minutes to go in the first period down at the Cooler. As it's dumped in by the Bulldogs. Trubin battling for it. Finds the loose puck, was Dofied. Shot tipped, and that goes wide. It's brought back up top. Another shot deflected out in front. Battles for it. Levy sprawled, trying to just smother the puck and get a whistle, as they will. But you can tell, as we talked with Coach Digby this week, he described this Adrian team just like their men's team. Their men's team, a national champ last year in the 2022 NCAA Division III men's hockey. The women's team the exact same way, hard-nosed, like to get in front of the net, crash that net. We've seen it so far, causing many opportunities and constant chaos in front of the net of Lexi Levy.
Yeah, we've seen them play a game of crash the net and bang home those rebounds, and that's how they got their first goal there. They were just there for that rebound chance, and Oswego needs to clear out in front of the net, not allow them to get in on Levy's crease. Get the block defenders, get the puck out of the zone. That's really what Oswego has to do here.
Webster trying to carry it in as she flips it into her own bench. It goes off Preston, almost hits new assistant coach Maddie Paul, but a whistle there, and it'll go right back into the defensive zone. Oswego can't really catch a break now. I think the bus legs have finally worn off for Adrian, but nonetheless, a 1-0 game, 8:35 remaining in this first period of play. Kyle Spizak and Thomas Turgeon with you as the wraparound attempt nullified there by the Oswego defender. So brings it to the point, finds Anderson as she really blows a tire. It's Corbett on the right side, looking to find a rushing Malone towards the back door. It's knocked down by Bellin and cleared. It's taken away by Petrowski down the left side. Haas on the back check. Petrowski behind the net, fed out in front, huge save by Levy there. Corbett rims it off the boards, finds Malone as it's coming across and knocked down by the official. Current faceoffs right now, as you can see on your screen, in favor of Oswego only by 1, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's a 1-0 scoreline for the Bulldogs. A pass by Malone intended for Haas that was knocked down by Anderson. Haas battling for it. She's tied up and finally knocked in by Corbett. Haas takes a tumble and falls into the boards. Oswego will get a full forward line change as the Bednarek, Tadia, and Mucha line will come on, and a missed opportunity there as Adrian will dump it in by Sorrell, as Zemlak will be the first one on it. She backhand passes it, looking for Tadia. Cataret back up at the point, shot tipped wide by Riley.
Turgeon, this is really coming out to be a physical game like we said it was going to be before the first puck drop. Both teams really throwing a lot of bodies out here, just not afraid to get physical and use that body to get their advantage.
Bednarek carrying across, finally gets in the offensive zone, tries to get it deep, finds Mucha in the near side corner. Riley battling for it. Bednarek up the point as it's taken away as Preston would not pinch. It's dumped right in by Hudanish as Lease will be the first one to take it. Adrian gets some changes on the forward line. Oswego will as well. Tadia knocks off the backhand board pass. Dumped in more by Grugan as she'll be the first one for it. Pressure by 2 defensemen out in front. Fed out in center. Tadia throws one on goal. Pad save. Chip to the far side corner as a couple changes come on, and Adrian will clear. Grugan back as they'll regroup. Finds Preston on the near side. She'll carry it up and dump it in. couple good shifts so far for Oswego. McGrath on the attack now as Adrian tries to clear, and it doesn't hop over Lisa's stick, but it's knocked out anyways by Von Ruden. It's taken away now for the Lakers. It's McGrath on the left side. She can't get a pass for Hull looking on that back door, as Adrian will send things back down. A little bit of a lack of communication, it seems, so far from Oswego State. A couple collisions with other forwards on their team. And a stretch pass there for Anderson in on Levy. Shot save and kicked away. Anderson back, a shot there. That's by Von Ruden. That one goes just wide. Trying to clear was Shell. Kanai sent right back down in for Sorrell. Puck comes free up at the point. A spinning puck. Burke tying up the shot there by Avalon. Trying to clear it out. Kirakostas sends one down. Hull will take it and chip it into the far side corner. She'll go off the ice for a change, as it's flipped right back in for a couple seconds and cleared right back out, though, by Adrian. La Belle's in the neutral zone so far, as it's Avalon carrying it down the right side. Avalon peels around, gets all the way to the opposite side. Dofeed at the point, finds Corbett. Looking at for a shot with Slater, and everyone really collapsing in that slot, not letting anything get in front of Levy. As Rachel Corbett will clear, as her sister will knock it down. Emma, as she'll try and dump it right back in. Zenstein on the pump fake there. She'll move it across right in front of the Adrian bench. Gets deflected. Haas, 4 Lakers then on it. No communication there. Zenstein for Corbett, as she'll blow a tire and fall down. It's cleared to the opposite corner. Zenstein on the pinch. She's able to keep it in. Emma Corbett regroups behind the net, puts on the brakes. Haas on the near side forecheck. Webster on the point. Kept in, though, by number 24 in white, as she'll fake it out. And cleared right back out to center ice by Adrian, weathering the Oswego forecheck. They've had a couple consistent shifts. Another misfortunate bounce off the skate of the linesman. And cleared right in front of the Oswego bench as Lore is dumped in. Zenstein been out there for quite a while as she battles for it. Benrick recovers it. She's getting sticked at by Petrowski. As Petrowski recovers the loose puck, backhands it over to the far side for Lore. Pressured by Mucha. Puck comes free. Tadia battling for it now. 2-on-2 as it finally finds open ice and cleared. Not really down the length of the ice. Zemlak races for it. A couple Bulldogs will get a change. Zemlak will carry it. A couple nice moves there. Clears some ice for Tessa Mucha on the right side. A nice move there. Shot there. Save. Rebound comes free. Another by Tadia. That one gets blocked. And one more to the corner. Bednarek for Webster at the point. Looking for a shot. Fires one on. Gets deflected wide. Bednarek recovers the loose puck. Right on front for Zemlak in the slot. Throws a backhand on Goldberg. And an easy save there. A couple shoves out in front. And it consisted about 4 or 5 shifts for Oswego, getting those offensive opportunities. Only 3 shots since we last checked, but nonetheless, you're getting some of that momentum back.
Yeah, they're starting to claw back now. There was that short period there for about 5 minutes where Oswego was really getting run by this Adrian team. They were just getting in the zone, and they were able to skate around Oswego's defense and just get good opportunities on net. Oswego also wasn't able to establish anything down in Adrian's zone because their defense has just been so strong.
Hudanish carrying it down the right side. Shines racing on her, tying her up as puck will come free. In the corner is Wolfschlager, trying to send it up at the point for Riley. It's taken away by Kirakostas. She'll dump it in and race for it. Trubin the first one to pick it up as she's tied up by Kirakostas and Hull. Puck out in front, battling for it. Kirakostas can't get a shot off. Shines gets the loose puck, finds at the point for Lease, and she fumbles the pass there. Zoe Lease, a backhander there, looking for Hull. A tie up as it's at the point. Lease battling for it. Still has it. Finds Mucha again. As they rotate, Mucha bringing it back up for the point is Bednarek. Fakes the shot. Looks for an open passing lane. She'll just dump it right back in as it rings all the way around to the opposite corner for Tadia. Tadia battling for it. Mucha in the corner as well. Bednarek trailing, looking for a puck to come free. Mucha battling for it now in the opposite corner for Riley as she'll slow things down. Finds Bednarek up at the point for Lisa, one-timer as it muffins, really spins out. As it goes in the corner again, Tadia. Fed one out in front. Bednarek couldn't get the pass. Mucha racing for a change as Oswego continues momentum. Preston shot, save, rebound. Gloved by Goldberg as it went off really the glove of Tadia. And another shot, another save, but at the end of the day, still constant mojo for Oswego. Adrian hasn't been able to really get anything going in the last few minutes.
You know, Oswego had something really wake them up here in the last couple of minutes. As we see right here, a great shot opportunity just goes off the shoulder of Goldberg, and a rebound chance goes right back into her trapper, able to stop the play there.
The battle for it now as it's Anderson again. She peels as it goes, bounces right out in front, save, rebound, cleared out, kept in. Zenstein, the fake shot, throws one there as that gets kicked away. Cleared right back out for center ice. It's Carmen Anderson down the right side, burns by Shell, driving towards goal, put on the brakes, and dumps it right back into the corner. Couple of pins against the wall. It's Anderson. Grugan looking to try and sweep it out. A shot there, deflected wide. LaSalle on it, a nice spinorama. Back up for the point shot. That gets blocked away, and a stop there on Hansen. Fed out in front, knocked down by Zenstein, trying to slow down some chaos. 1 minute remaining in this first period of play. Ashlyn McGrath on it now, dump back for Zenstein. She really doesn't know what to do with it at this point. Peels back, looks for McGrath again. Oswego looking a little gassed right now. Adrian throws one on goal. Anderson again, a flip shot, save, rebound, sprawling around, and it goes in. A sporadic play that finds the back of the net, a 2-0 Bulldog lead. Adrian finds themselves up 2-0. It's looking like it's going to be Von Ruden for Adrian, the graduate from Owatonna, Minnesota, getting another goal here as we'll see the replay.
That's what right here we see. This is a lot of undisciplined play from Oswego. They're just out of position here, and they're chasing out to the corners. Your defense cannot be chasing out to the corners when you have an offensive player of Adrian just sitting right there in the slot. You have to have someone on them. You cannot let that happen. That's just a bad chance right there for Adrian. They're able to capitalize on. Oswego's defense has been struggling a bit here in this first period, with some examples coming down when Adrian's pressuring down on Oswego's zone. Their defense, they're not moving their feet, which is allowing Adrian to use their speed to just cruise right around them, stopping moving their feet. They're not closing the gap as well as they need to do to pressure their offense coming in and try to force some mishaps, for example.
Adrian now up 2-0, 20 seconds remaining in this first period of play. Webster tries to carry it her own. Bellin carries out on the left side. Shot there, that goes just wide. There's a bell for it, 7 ticks left as it's Webster behind the net. Scoops it over to the far side as Haas, and up for Malone. It won't be enough though, as the horn will sound a 2-0 scoreline at the end of the first. Oswego State trailing after one. Adrian, I wouldn't say they were the better team, but they were capitalizing on the opportunities given to them in that first.
Yeah, they just had better opportunities. Both chances were rebound chances right in front, where they were just able to catch Levy out of position and tuck it in behind her leg. So this Adrian team is just really, really fast, Thomas. They've been able to use the speed to their advantage. They've been catching Oswego's defense sleeping out there.
The Corbett family, I don't know who they're rooting for, really. A 2-0 currently. Adrian leads, but at the same time, you talk about a couple of the people that left this team last year. You talk about Phil Miatagar, Ashlyn McAleer, but either way, that's going to be some veteran presence that I really think they need going into this season. But we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll recap the first period of play right here on WTOP 10.
In the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I think you could build a house here with how many bricks are being laid in this game.
That is a rapid nosedive, and it is at the point of no return, guys.
Up to Dobson at the point. The cross-ice pass comes to Parise, who's going to extend the lead to 3, but the Columbus Blue Jackets, they're not going down without a fight. Puck loose, out in front of net.
Welcome back to the best show on WTOP. I'm your host, Miss Meg Trivia. And I'm Donna B.
We start things off in the pool as 4 members of the Oswego women's swimming and diving team have earned all SUNY honors. Oh, finally, got that old music back. Welcome live inside the Outer Urban Studio for the newest episode of Sports.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
I think you could build a house here with how many bricks are being laid in this game.
That is a rapid nosedive, and it is at the point of no return, guys.
Welcome back to the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena for the first intermission report on Hockey Night in Oswego. Friday night between the Adrian Bulldogs and the Oswego State Lakers. Adrian currently leading 2-0. Welcome inside the Steve Levy press box. He's the Ball Hockey Hall of Famer. Psych, you thought. Kyle Spizak, I'm Thomas Sturgeon. Welcome to it for the first intermission report as Adrian does lead 2-0 Kyle so far, but really a 50-50 contest. Oswego had a couple shifts that were consistent, but Adrian, they just capitalized on the fortunate bounces.
Yeah, Adrian just got the puck bouncing their way. Oswego had a really good run there where they had 4 or 5 shots in a row in one sequence. They just weren't able to capitalize on any of them. They got to get people in front of the net to be able to bang home those rebounds.
Really, the loose rebounds was the factor, and Adrian really capitalizing in both of those goals. Really, I mean, you talk about, we'll see the goals a little bit eventually, but I mean, Adrian, their shots came in bunches. They have 15 on the board right now. Oswego with 8. Adrian just constantly 3 shots, 4 shots, but either way, Oswego State not really getting quantity or really quality for that matter when it comes to opportunities. Adrian getting both currently, but nonetheless, we'll take a look at the highlights from the first period of play. A very chippy game, but at the same time, nonetheless, Oswego State battling in this contest. We expected a tough test. Coach expected a tough test. We see the first goal there by Carteret. She would open up the scoring, but Lexi Levy starting tonight instead of Joanna Hebert. She might get the start tomorrow. We don't know yet. We'll see. I mean, at this point, non-conference matchup, it's a good way to start the season, get a good aspect. You're playing the same team twice, so that way you can really measure it out on what goaltender think could really be one of the things in this game. But I mean, we talk about the physicality. No penalties yet.
No.
Coach Digby looking for a few during that game, or in that period rather, but you talk about it, we've seen it on the ice clear as day. They're definitely not stepping down when it comes to really checking, just getting their sticks in their faces, everything, just constant physicality.
Yeah, no, you can definitely tell that both teams are starting to get frustrated with one another. As the period went on, you saw the sticks flying a lot more, a lot harder sticks on stick action, and just even overall body contact. We saw an example there in the highlights. A lot of body contact, especially for women's hockey, where checking is not allowed. These women are really throwing a lot of hits out there.
For checking that's not allowed, you're completely right, Kyle. I mean, maybe it's the noise, maybe it's the setting, who knows, but nonetheless, we talk about Lexi Levy being in between the pipes tonight. Let's talk a little bit on the other side. Sophie Goldberg in net for the Bulldogs, making a couple quality saves of her own, as both of them really been playing rather consistent. Levy giving up a couple rebounds as she's coming in, a transfer student from Post University, the NCAA Division I program, a program that really didn't have the best success last year with their record at Post University. As we look here, last year her stats really didn't favor. She didn't play in the preseason. She's getting her first game-like atmosphere at Division III with a quality opponent in Adrian, though.
That's why she's been standing on her head so far this game. Honestly, she is the main reason Oswego is still in this game. She made some really clutch saves on opportunities where Adrian got 3, 4, 5 rebound shot opportunities. She was able to just stretch her pad out and get something on that puck and be able to knock it away. Her rebound control has been pretty solid as well this game, being able to put most of them to a stoppage of play. But obviously you can't block all of them. You can't trap down every rebound. You got to have defense helping you out, clearing the puck to the corners.
Yeah, she's made a bunch of quality opportunities, as you'll see here, and she's made many quality saves, some point blank, some a little farther out, but nonetheless, she's kept the Lakers in it in this contest. A 2-0 score.
Yeah, we see
We're
right
curious
here
how their scoring was going to be affected this year with a couple of people leaving, and really a new group technically with this recruiting class. A couple people coming in. Kenzie Malone coming from Augsburg, averaging really a point per game type of style. But we talk about the Corbett versus Corbett matchup. Emma Corbett and Rachel Corbett, both twin sisters from the Rochester, New York area, and the bunch of family here I saw when I was walking in. All customized T-shirts with the Bulldog logo on one end, the Oswego logo on the other, with just the term Corbett versus Corbin. They're in full force tonight. The noise is there, and you can tell they are going to enjoy as much as they can watching both these girls play against each other for a few times.
Yeah, I mean, that's a rivalry you can't beat. Rivalries are obviously huge in sports, but what is bigger than the own person you grew up with, let alone your twin sister, your biggest rival your entire life, going up against them? As we see right here, their stat comparison, 3 goals compared to 1, 4 assists compared to 5. But reminder, Rachel is a forward and Emma is a defenseman. So impressive stats for Emma being on defense. And Corbett, not bad stats herself. 2 points per game for a while there. And Emma, last season, as a defensewoman, only taking 4 penalties the entire season. That is unreal, Thomas.
That's absolutely ridiculous. But we talk about that matchup. They're definitely, you can tell there's a little bit of something to gain for Rutherford. But, I mean, you talk about going in the second period. I mean, Oswego, they got to get more quality opportunities. Where do you think they go from here when it comes to achieving that goal?
What you need to do is you need to crash the net. They're getting shots on net, but the problem is Goldberg's giving up these rebounds. Nobody is there to capitalize them. You need a trailer coming down in the high slot, and you need somebody crashing the net right in front for any rebound opportunity. But on the other side of the ice, you got to clear them out in front. Levy's been having a hard time seeing a lot of the pucks, a lot of traffic in front. You got to clear out Adrian, give her the clear sight to the puck, and hope that she can just trap it right there and not allow another opportunity.
You took the words right out of my mouth, because Lexi Levy giving up a couple quality rebounds, and that leads to a 2-0 scoreline on the board in favor of the number 12 team in the nation. But we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's going to be the second period of Oswego State versus Adrian. Don't change that channel. You're watching women's hockey on WTOP 10.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News.
For the governor race with a strong lead, former Governor Andrew Cuomo is...
Barlow announced the completion of a large building mural in downtown Oswego.
The renovations on the Hewitt Union building, turning it into the new Hewitt Hall.
And as we move into tomorrow, that rain is going to be in our area.
Moving to the Diamond now, as Sweet Caroline got a lot sweeter last night.
Major Discussions is the new show that explores the stories of students right here on campus. I personally came here to SUNY Oswego for the broadcasting program because I love to hear people's stories and to do work just like this.
What's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. The pressure is too much. I quit. I get it. I can do better. Just please don't leave.
Don't let your heart quit on you. Get your uncontrolled high blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back to the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena. Second period just a couple minutes away as both teams will make their way to the ice. And a couple rule changes going into the season, NCAA rules. The ice cut's a little shorter, and when it comes to coming on the ice before puck drop to start a new period of play, only the starters to come on the ice, and only the people remaining have to go to the bench to prevent a delay of game penalty. Thomas Sturgeon, Kyle Spizak with you right here on WTOP 10. It's the Bulldogs up 2-0 to start off period 2. We'll see the same line start for Oswego State, where Zenstein and Shell on the defense, Malone in center with Haas and Corbett on the wings. As everyone's getting set to go, it looks like the Bulldogs will be rolling that exact same line of Petrowski, Bellin, and Lore, as racket being made to start off period 2, and a little bit of a early start there, and I guess
bit of a freak
false start. We're not in football, but false start on the score clock.
Yeah, freak coincidence right there. Puck dropped. The ref blew its whistle, but then they allowed him to start playing, but then the scoreboard was ringing off. So
and
now we have
reset.
the real puck drop.
Puck battled free. Malone knocks it down, but it's taken away. Shot there by Loré. Ricocheted back past the red line as Von Ruden being credited with the goal currently. Anderson with the assist. Malone to Haas on the far side. Ariella Haas looking to pull a nice toe drag. Tagged up instead. Is picked up by Loré. A backhand pass by Bellin, ricocheting off the boards as it's picked up by Shell. Sticked away and grabbed back is Petrowski as she gets tied up by Zenstein. Shell finds the near side boards for Corbett. Knocked back down and cleared out by Shell, but a turnover there finds Bellin. As Adrian will get a couple changes off the ice currently. Zenstein looking to get some moves by. Couple changes for Oswego, and a miscommunication there finds Anderson on breakaway. Tagged up though by Haas as she won't get a shot on. A nice back check by the forward there. Zenstein with the backhand. It's knocked back down by Carmen Anderson. She gets knocked off by Haas. Zenstein battling for it. Finds up at the point. A shot comes on. Blocked out in front by Von Ruden, who already has one tonight. Anderson again. Shot low. Patted away by Levy. Bednarek recovers it. Backhands off the boards and kept right back in, though, by Slater. LaSalle shoots one wide as Kenzie Malone's still out there. Shot deflected by Von Ruden off a skate, and it's behind the net for LaSalle.
Some sloppy defense here from Oswego. They're chasing out to the corners, and when they are, they're flying by and not making contact to try to stop the puck.
Loose puck out in front, and a kick stopped by Levy to keep a 2-0 game, rather, preventing a 3-0 game. There we go. 18:02 remaining here in the second period of play. Oswego State getting a change now as we saw the struggle there. They couldn't really get a quick change even though they have the short change here for Oswego. Morgan Shines on the draw. She wins it for Zemlak. She finds the far side for Hull. A pinching defender. That was Hansen on the back end as Kirakostas finds on the near side. Battling for it now. Cataret as well as Shines. Dumped right back in, though, by Avalon, and Zemlak will take it behind the net, regroup, finds Hall, can't really get anything there as it bounces off her stick. A shot deflected over the goal. Bednarek sends it right back up the strong side as it's knocked right back down for Hansen. A shot there, that got blocked out in front. Back on the same side again, Hansen for Avalon on the right side. Shot there, deflected off the outside of the cage. Rebound fed out in front, deflection, save, rebound, and it's out in front. As the puck came free, a whistle there. Not sure what the whistle was for. Could have been a lost side of the puck. We're not going to speculate on that, but nonetheless, it will be a face-off in the Oswego State defensive zone as defensive pairs will get a change, and we'll see the replay here. A couple good saves by Levy on the back end.
That's why she really just putting her body on the line right there, and we see a great play coming in, throwing in a check there, but whistle did come to a play because the refs lost sight of the puck.
Preston with the puck now. A muffined pass by Bednarek, and it's picked right back up, though, by the Bulldogs. Una Belland behind the net. Looking to feed one out in front for Petrowski. That got knocked away. The attempted clear by Preston Kanat. It's sent right back in as Lease racing for it on Trubin. Belland rather, is picked up by Mucha for Bednarek. Simone Bednarek tries to feed one on the back door. No one crashing there, everyone really trailing. Mucha tries to throw one on goal. That gets knocked away. As Adrian regroups, it will be Hansen. Sends it up the far side boards. Lee's going to be the first one to get to it. She'll take it back. Nice pass to Mucha as they'll regroup and switch sides. An intended pass from McGrath, taken away, grabbed right back by Oswego. There's a couple miscommunications there. McGrath carries it by herself, a 1-on-4. As Oswego battling for it, Burke out in front, shot there, deflected, save, rebound, another stop by Goldberg.
Zenstein at the point there.
As a battle for there, banked off the boards, kept right in though. Burke looking for Grugan as they'll collide with Anderson. A miscommunication there. Shell dumps it right back in. McGrath tries to peel the corner there. Cannot, and it's cleared out by the Bulldogs. It's Anderson dumping it in. That's another Anderson for this Bulldogs team, Jessica Anderson. Not related though. I will give you that. But we do have an update from the cooler down in Geneva. It's now a 1-1 score line as Warmouth would get the goal, assisted by Ryan Dickinson and Connor Sleeth. A 1-1 score line from the cooler early in the second period of play. Adrian carrying it down the far side, and a shot on goal there. Really an intended pass gets deflected away. Brought back out into the slot by Van Ruden. Cannot get anything there. Peels back. Couple Lakers will get a change. Zenstein with a sweeping stick. Finds Van Ruden in the slot. Shot goes high and wide. Zenstein chips it up for Haas, and it rolls right over her stick. Pass gets knocked down by Shell. She'll clear it out. As Riley would not get a stick on it, but no penalties so far. We talked about the physicality in the intermission report, but you know, I mean, it's been a physical contest. We saw it in the last two games, Grand Exhibition. There wasn't many power plays, penalty kill opportunities, but if you're Oswego, do you risk it at this point? I mean, they played against Nazareth. They had 2 penalties, and they got scored on both of them. They had 3 and were scored on 2 of them. So nonetheless, if you're Oswego, I'm sure they were working on their penalty kill unit this week to improve upon and move from that. But I don't think you even want to risk a penalty there. Shot there. Pad saved by Levy. Cleared to the corner. And a huge hit right in front as Cataract got knocked down. Things getting much chippier here in this second period of play as Cataract carries on the left side. Throws one on goal, cannot get it. Shell backhands it up to the strong side again. Haas whacking away at it. A good stick there by Shines as she burns by Corbett. As it looks like we're going to get a penalty coming up on Corbett. Shot there, save. That was Zemlak on it as it's finally touched up, and the commentator's curse is in full effect as we talk about no penalties. But we'll see one now as Oswego State will get their first power play opportunity of the game. It's going to be Emma Corbett going to the sin bin for the Bulldogs. We'll see in a moment. It's going to be for interference on the Rochester native. Oswego to go on the power play.
And this is the perfect chance for Oswego to turn things around here and get some momentum going. This start of this period, the first 7 minutes, it has been dominated by Adrian. They've been faster. They've possessed the puck better. They've moved the puck better. They've overall just been the better team this second period.
Oswego's power play last year, 25.3% effective. And a 2-on-1 the other way, shorthanded, knocked away by Webster. Grabbed back, though, by Adrian's defensive group. It's peeled right back for Roy. To the opposite side, finds Petrowski. She'll bring it in. A slap shot there, and that was offside to begin with. So a stoppage, but really a not good start for Oswego State.
It's not at all. Honestly, if you couldn't count the amount of players on each team, you would be wondering what team is on the power play right now. Adrian just able to move the puck as if they were on the power play, find open ice, and get a shot opportunity there. Oswego's got to turn something around.
13-10 remaining in this second period of play, A stretch pass for Corbett, a 2-on-1. Corbett for Malone, walking in, saved by Goldberg. A huge stop on the breakaway on Kenzie Malone by Sophie Goldberg to keep things 2-0 in favor of the Bulldogs. As a puck battle right in front of the penalty box, Corbett battling for it as Emma watches from the sin bin.
Goldberg showing off the waffle board on that one, pushing it away.
She did. Most definitely a huge save to keep things at bay for the Adrian Bulldogs. Haas for Zenstein at center ice. A nice dipsy-do there. She'll carry by herself. Slides it over for Kira Costas. They'll slow things down. Kira Costas for Malone. Back over for Haas as her and Zenstein trade spots. Zenstein, a shot on intended for goal. That goes deflected wide. Malone. Haas tries to keep it in. Cannot. A little too crisp of a pass on the burnt biscuit. As it goes all the way down. 35 seconds remaining in this penalty to Corbett. Levy battles for it. Anderson recovers the loose puck. Shot wide. Zenstein recovers. Tries to dish it off for Kira Costas. 20 seconds remaining in this power play. The officials getting tied up with it. Malone brings it behind the net. Finally finds some open ice. Loses control of the puck. But it's picked right up back by Haas and dumped right in. They'll get a change. They were out there for a while. But nonetheless, it's looking like Adrian will cut off this penalty as 5 seconds remaining. And they'll send it all the way down as Emma Corbett will come out of the box. And it'll be even strength for the Bulldogs. Oswego going 0 for 1 so far on the power play.
And another missed opportunity for Oswego's power play right there. Looking at their power play last year, not the best power play, only going 22 for 58 on the year, a .250 conversion rate.
Oswego State battling for it. It's Mucha on the far side boards. Found up top for Webster. Puts on the break, or excuse me, Bendrick rather. Fed one out in front. Backdoor intended for Hull. She can't get a shot. Backhand there. Puck comes free. It's out in front. Mucha battling for it. Goes behind the net. Shines on the forecheck. Excuse me. Finds Bednarek at the point. Over for Webster. Shot there. Blocked away, and it goes out. A nice block by Wolfschlager, and it's kept out of the offensive zone for Oswego State. Bednarek looking to bring it in. It's taken down by Catarez. She'll bring it in for the Bulldogs. A toe drag there, thrown on goal. That goes on the outside of the cage. Webster, a flip puck out off the boards right in front of the Oswego State bench. McGrath tries to go through, cannot. Webster looking to take it under her own power, as she will. Couple moves there. Puck comes free from McGrath. McGrath blows a tire and really does a spin out, but it's kept in by Burke, but cleared by Adrian. Brought right back in by the Bulldogs with some speed. Thrown out in front. Gets deflected off the skate of Grugan. But a little bit of chippiness in between the two teams so far. As it's dumped in by Grugan. Burke the first one for it as it's get knocked away off her possession. 9:58. We're pretty much at halftime of this game as we joke around. Thomas Turgeon with you alongside Kyle Spizak on WTOP 10. Friday night, hockey night in Oswego. Tomorrow, hockey day in Oswego as well. Have a doubleheader with women's hockey at 3, playing against Adrian once again as the final Corbett versus Corbett matchup. And then the men's will take on Elmira College for Teal Night here at the Deb for Oswego State hockey programs. As both teams in action tomorrow here on home ice, should be a busy and fun day for not only us, but the hockey teams and the community as well.
Oh yeah, Teal Night is a huge deal here in the Oswego community, as we know, with Gosick being a huge member and really a pioneer in youth Oswego women's hockey here.
Adrian looking to dump it in. It goes off the stanchion and into the Oswego State tunnel, actually. It made its way all the way back through. But nonetheless, Oswego State really hasn't been able to get anything going. Their power play had a couple good moves, but couldn't really stay consistent in the offensive zone. As Hull will backhand in.
Oswego's been...
Oh, never mind. It will be waved off as Hull battles for it behind the net. Kirikakis there. Shine shifts to the slot. As it comes free, Dofai chips it up. It goes off the skate of Slater. Trying to keep it in was Hull as she'll dump it right back in. Shine's the first one on it. Kirikakis and Hull will get a change.
And we've seen glimpses of what this Oswego team is capable of here so far in this game. We've seen moments where they have a 2-3 minute stretch where they really start becoming dominant, but they haven't been able to really sustain or maintain that momentum for more than those few chances. And then it goes back to Adrian. Adrian's running it with speed and just able to make better passes and keep it away from Oswego's defense, which has barely been a key to tiring this Oswego team out. Make them skate and chase your offensive players.
Oswego been struggling, and really it seems like they haven't been able to get that communication yet as it's carried down the near side by LaSalle. Shell on her, a ricochet out in front, a nice deflection, stopped by Levy. Kept in though, but knocked away by Tadia. She's got a break. Kaylin Tadia in on Goldberg, save, rebound comes free. Will we have a penalty shot? We will. Kaylin Tadia.
You do not see penalty shots very often. A great effort there by Tadia, coming down, just poking that puck ahead, getting her own poke, and then being able to beat out that defense, as we see on the rebound right here. She comes down with a ton of speed. Good opportunity coming in. Gets a little chip shot up, puts it in the chest of Goldberg, but that's off of the slash from Adrian. So now we have the chance for a penalty shot.
Kaylin Tadia, one of the newest members of this recruiting class from Tewksbury, Massachusetts. And she was one of the players that really caught my eye in those first two games. She didn't really come off as that goal scorer type of player, but just a really hard nose, just getting the corners, just putting as much as she can into any opportunity she has. And she will be taking the shot for Oswego State as she stands right in front of her bench. As 8:07 remaining here in the second period of play, a 2-0 scoreline, a huge moment to turn the tide for Oswego State as Tadia and Goldberg, a penalty shot midway through this second period of play. Here we go. Tadia walking in towards the middle, in on Goldberg. Slows things down, and she scores! saves. Kaylin Tadia, top shelf.
What
My
a snipe.
Goodness.
What a great play there. You know, she showed off a little bit of what Jeff Skinner did last night against your own Canadians, Turge. Just coming down. Look at this. Hits a nice move. Oh, just puts it right over the glove. Little misdirection. Goldberg thought she was going to try to go to the far side, but instead she just flips it right under the bar. What a snipe by Tadia, making her name known here in Oswego in her first couple of games. 8:07 to go. 2-1, Adrian leads.
How is that for your first collegiate goal in your Oswego State career? Debuting in your regular season opener, Kaylin Tadia roofs one upstairs on a penalty shot against Sophie Goldberg. We have a one-goal hockey game. Mucha carries it across looking for Shell as she tries to step up. It's flipped up ice as it's going all the way down the length of the ice. Zenstein racing for it. Pins back, a race for it now by Slater. As brought back by Oswego. It's Shell. A little bit of momentum now for the Lakers. Is a one-goal game. Fortunate bounces, a couple of quality opportunities. Zilbell for it. It's going to be Bedrick coming with the loose puck. It's a pass there for Tadia. Bows for it. Knocked away, though, on the other end. It's just carried back by Adrian. Shot there. Cleared to the corner by Levy. Zemlak battling for it. Haas tries to streak her way up the boards. Zabel for it. Zemlak again. Haas, a nice saucer pass there for Corbett. Corbett trying to slip through the defenders. She gets knocked down. No penalty as she got sandwiched. Couldn't really get anything there. The fans looking very active right now as Adrian gets away with one there. It's flipped out into the neutral zone. Webster racing for it. No icing.
Yeah, we hear some whistles coming from the crowd on that play, but none from the officials.
Webster gets taken down. It looked like she tripped over her own self. Corbett shovels it in. A couple changes for Oswego State, and a close contest. High stakes to start the season. A ranked opponent coming into the Deb in a sister versus sister matchup. Can you ask for anything more to open up your regular season if you're Oswego State? So many storylines here in the first game at the Deb as Preston racing for it. No icing as they wave it off. Let them play on.
Not a lot of whistles here called in this game, Turge. It's been very, very gameplay, not a lot of stoppages.
Preston racing for it again as she's pressured by Sorrell. Puck comes free.
This one just gets more and more physical by the minute.
Is Role for it and finds out in front for Sorrell. Knocked down by Hudon as she's the extra skater today for Mark Digby's squad. We haven't really seen her much on the ice so far. A lot of physicality going on. There's Oswego State really battling in this second period of play. We've seen more of a 50-50 matchup after really those first 5 minutes. A drop pass for Kira Costas. A one-on-one gets by. Oh my goodness, and couldn't get anything there as it goes just wide. Couldn't get a stick on to finish off. A beautiful move by Sofia Kirakostas.
All Swedish, no finish on that one.
As she has the puck now, a nice move as she dishes it off for Zenstein, looking for a clap bomb, cannot. Fed out in front, was looking for Hull. Held the line there, was Lease as she's trying to keep it in for Oswego to continue the mojo. Estadia back on the ice, sticks it in and gives a couple whacks there on Von Ruden. You can tell she's just got that little gritty side to her. Just size doesn't matter, just constantly everywhere on this ice.
Yeah, taking a tough body from Adrian there, but she continues to go on. That's the kind of player you want on this Oswego team. Not necessarily a showstopper, but somebody that can grind those corners for you.
Back up at the point is Corbett. Dishes down to the corner. Fed out in front, a spinning puck. Roy the shot save. Rebound out in front of the slot. Cleared to the corner. Zenstein recovers it.
Zenstein doing an absolutely amazing job of clearing out in front of the net and allowing Levy to see all these shots coming in at her.
Zenstein for Shell. A bounce pass off the stick of Benrick. You already had Mucha and Tadia flying the zone. Nobody there, though, as it's brought back in by Adrian. LaSalle back up top for Emma Corbett. Dumped right in the far side. Mucha knocks it down. The swings at it, goes the opposite corner, near side. Back for Roy, a miss pass, hops over her stick. Oswego catches a break. A wholesale change, come one, come all, as everyone will come off and a new line will come on for both the forward and defensive units.
You know, now being as there hasn't been a lot of stoppages in this play, Thomas, both teams, my apologies, are going to get really tired with constant gameplay and constant line changes being thrown in and out of the game rapidly at a moment's notice.
Malone on the forecheck, knocked down by Haas, kept in by Webster, but squeaks its way out. Corbett dumps it right back in. Malone the first one on this forecheck. Roy battling for it. The puck comes free, and it's cleared out by the Bulldogs. A 2-on-3 the other way. Dumped in, though, and with speed is Houdinish. Fed out in front. A sprawling Corbett. A save by Levy on the opportunity by Wolschlager. It's still a 2-1 game. 2:59 remaining here on WTOP 10 as the women's hockey team trailing 2-1 now. Thanks to that Kalen Tadia goal. We'll see the save here on Wolschlager.
See it coming down. Just a fantastic chance for Adrian, but Levy's able to she's able to just knock it down, cover the puck there. You know, I think it's time that we start looking for Levy's Vesna with how she's been playing this game.
Oh my goodness, what a tip, and ricochets in. And Adrian gets the goal. It's going to be, for right now, it's going to be Hansen. The shot from the point as it got ricocheted out in the slot. It's a 3-1 Adrian lead. But nonetheless, Wolschlager, the first one going through the line. So I think as she believes it's going to go to her, but we'll find out eventually. 2:52 remaining in this second period of play.
We'll see here.
We'll see the replay here.
Puck just goes up to the top. It is deflected off of an Adrian player and goes in. And Turgeon, we have a hat trick of our own up here. That is our third commentator curse of this matchup.
We're just really good at that, but that's a bad thing nonetheless. It's taken back by Una Bellin, fed out in front, deflected off a skate, ricochet down in front, and it's grabbed back though by the Lakers. It's Preston right up center ice. Preston down the left side, puts on the brakes. Looks to feed one out in front. It's kept in by Burke. She'll just throw one in. As it deflects to the corner, it's going to be Riley. Back over for Bellin. Dumps out. Finds Burke on the far side. Looking for Hudon. As Adrian regroups, it gets deflected and picked right back up for Petrowski. Dumped right in. Lee spells for it. Preston.
Adrian doing a great job
by Grugan.
Adrian doing a great job spreading the ice and getting their stick and passing lanes, taking away these opportunities for Oswego.
The goal will be going to Wolschlager for the Bulldogs as it's Mucha carrying it across center ice. They're giving it from Hansen and Avalone to give that third goal for the Bulldogs. A 3-1 lead, minute 30 remaining here in this second period of play. Here on WTOP 10, the women's hockey team in action against the number 12 team to start off the preseason in the Adrian Bulldogs. A tough contest start off so far. From the cooler, it still remains 1-1 in the men's contest against Hobart. Zenstein a shot on goal. That goes wide. She really couldn't get a full stick on it as it's Roy who dumps it off. Bednarek trying to hold the line. She'll dump it right back in, and Mucha first on the forecheck.
And a missed
cleared
pinch
out by
opportunity.
Adrian, and it's taken away. It's Von Ruden, bring it to the center, and that's a huge blocker save by Levy.
Pushes that one right past the red line.
We talk about how elusive Von Ruden is, but here comes Malone on the right side. She blows a tire as well after Anderson did just seconds before her.
Ice Monster reaching up and grabbing her skate on that one.
McGrath pressuring, Malone on the far side. Shell to pinch, kept in is Webster, a shot and flips high and wide.
That one was knuckle pucked over the net.
As it looks like there's a piece of equipment in the goal of Goldberg. Webster shot deflected and blocked away by Goldberg. Kept right back in, it's Webster. She bows for it, Haas throws one on goal, deflected off a skate, a backhand by McGrath. That gets sticked away. Hansen battling for it, and that will end the second period of play. A 3-1 scoreline in favor of Adrian going into this third period of play. Oswego only goal coming from a penalty shot. Shots 23-13 in favor of Adrian. Couple more quality opportunities for the Bulldogs. We saw that in the first. We saw the same thing in the second. Really, at the end of the day, you look at it's been the puck luck. Wherever you look for Adrian's goals, it's been the puck luck. The first 2 goals, both fortunate bounces, a couple loose rebounds. The third one in the second period of play, a quality deflection finds that top left corner on Lexi Levy to give them a 3-1 lead going into the final frame.
Yeah, those first 2 goals really, like you said, was just puck luck. Being in the right place in the right time. That's a little bit of the puck just happening to bounce your way, but that's also very good coaching and discipline, having your players know where to be and when, from what angle the shot's coming at. And like you said, just that tip to opportunity, just a great way to get your stick on there and redeflect it.
Well, after 2 periods of play, it's Adrian 3, Oswego State 1. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, you're going to see more of us in the booth on the Second Intermission Report here on WTOP 10.
Of liquids for 24 hours. These are vitamins and minerals and things that you need, nutrients. The chicken speedy is a staple of our culture.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News.
For the governor race with a strong lead, former Governor Andrew Cuomo is...
Barlow announced the completion of a large building mural in downtown Oswego.
The renovations on the Hewitt Union Building, turning it into the new Hewitt Hall.
And as we move into tomorrow, that rain is going to be in our area.
Moving to the Diamond now, as Sweet Caroline got a lot sweeter last night.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
welcome into the second intermission report of women's hockey right here on WTOP 10 as Adrian leads 3-1 after 2 frames of hockey here at the Deb as Oswego State trails. Welcome inside the Steve Levy press box once again, Thomas Turgeon alongside Kyle Spizak, my partner in crime for tonight's monstrosity, if you want to define it as that. And Kyle, really just all over the place, a constant madness between these two teams. So many storylines going into today. You had the sister matchup, you had Levy getting her first start, you get many of the recruiting class getting their first game officially in the green and gold. A lot of, I wouldn't say nerves, but a lot of things to talk about, and it definitely showed on the ice. We have a 3-1 game, really back and forth, a lot of physicality, just all over the place.
Yeah, like you said, it's been a very, very, very physical game. And as the game's gone on, it's only gotten more and more physical. The first period, right out the gates, we were already thinking, wow, this is very, very physical for a women's hockey team. But as it got on, just got more and more. You saw the sticks flying, bodies flying. But both teams, as much as they've been throwing bodies, they've been trying to work with their speed as well.
Really, I mean, you look at that second period of play. Oswego got a goal, Adrian got a goal. It's a 1-1 game if you just count that second period of play. But nonetheless, Adrian still leads 3-1 after 2 periods of play. So we're going to take a quick look at the period summary coming up in just a short minute. There it is. I mean, we'll look at a little bit of the highlights from this second period. And really, Adrian getting a couple quality point-blank opportunities on Levy. And just Oswego capitalizing on that penalty shot, as we'll talk about later in the intermission report. But nonetheless, a back-and-forth contest. The one thing that I will note, though, Oswego really lacking that cohesion so far after their first 2 exhibition games.
Yeah, like you just said there, the communication seems to be a bit of a problem for this Oswego team. They're not knowing where each other are going to be on the ice. Their passes aren't exactly tape to tape every time. It's a communication issue, like you said, out of place, out of position, and that's been a downfall this game, as Adrian's noticed when they are out of position and they're able to fill in those slots, like right there, for example, just able to get a stick on that puck there, out of position defense on Oswego.
Oswego being really dominant in really the offensive zone when they have had the opportunities, just not really able to capitalize on those given opportunities. We saw that last minute of play, Oswego State moving the puck very well, throwing some stuff on goal. Couldn't really capitalize on those rebounds, as we only see 1 goal so far in this current game so far between Oswego State and Adrian. A 3-1 scoreline going in period 3. Shots in favor of the Bulldogs by 10. Granted, I feel like that was padded up after the first period. So really, you look at that second period of play, it was a 50-50 matchup, whatever way you look at it.
It was a really close game both ways. Like you said, it was a 1-1 game. We got the penalty shot, and then we got the deflection in, but 1-1 at the end of the second.
1-1 at the end of the second, 3-1 total. But we're going to take a look at those goals now that were scored in the second period of play. Kaylin Tadia getting the first goal here on this penalty shot. Take a look.
Just coming in, an absolute great move. She fakes out Goldberg, makes her think that she's going to switch over to backhand, but just roofs it right over her glove. And then we got the tip in right there. Just a great opportunity from Adrian coming around, being able to get a stick on that one, change the direction, sets off Levy a little bit, but that's not to discourage Levy at all. She's been playing an amazing game between the bars.
She most definitely has. When we talk about that goal, an impressive deflection, to say the least, on that goal. I mean, we talk about Adrian, their playing style. That first period, their net traffic was everywhere. That third goal right there, net traffic is everywhere. They've been all over the ice, point-blank opportunities for the Bulldogs, and you see Tadia getting her first goal as a Laker, roofing it upstairs. A great way to remember it, but nonetheless, I feel like it's in the back pocket as the Lakers are still down by 2 goals going in period 3.
Yeah, it feels great getting your first goal, especially here in Oswego, being such a high-cultured hockey school. But like you said, knowing that you're still down, that goes to the back of your mind. Winning the game is still your main focus.
And we talk about this game having not as much high stakes for really standings-wise, but it would be nice to beat a ranked opponent to start off your season. But in morale-wise, the physicality has been completely there for both teams.
Yeah, both teams are not afraid to use their body, whether it be going into corners, throwing hits like right here we see. Just a lot of physicality, throwing a hit right there. And mind you, hitting is not allowed in women's hockey. So both of these teams have been very, very aggressive towards one another, which has made a very interesting game. And the momentum, the intensity, it's gone for an electric game, like I just said, and hopefully we see Oswego start to come back, use some more physicality to their advantage, as Adrian has the first 2 periods.
The only penalty so far in this game was a penalty to the Corbett sister of Adrian. That would be Emma for interference in the second period of play. Oswego really wouldn't be able to capitalize in those opportunities. But we talk about we're through 2 periods. Regular season now, no more exhibition. You got your selected lines that you want. Right now, who's been standing out for you?
For me so far, it's been Rhea Zemlak. She has been playing an amazing game so far. She's been a stay-at-home defenseman, clearing the pucks to the corner, moving bodies out the front of the net, and she's been facilitating the breakout very, very well. Just whether it be dropping it back, doing a reverse, or just escape turns to get away from Adrian's forecheck. She has been playing an amazing game and is a bright spot on this Oswego's future defense.
And for Adrian?
On Adrian, really the whole team, I have to say. There wasn't one player that really stuck out to me. The whole team is just working as a well-oiled machine. There's not a lot of, you can't find a lot of nicks in their game. They've just been solid so far.
Yeah, Oswego, you look at their schedule right now. They played Nazareth to open up exhibition play, and they had a 3-1 loss in that one. They're down 3-1 here to the number 12 ranked team in the country, who played very well last year in a very tough conference. It's no disrespect to the Newell, but just as much of a high caliber conference in Division III women's hockey. But nonetheless, it's a tough test. Period 3 is going to be a very impressive turn the tide for Oswego State. But Sweet Caroline plays, but we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, third period action coming at you right here on WTOP 10.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Welcome back inside the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena as the teams get set to take the ice for the final period in Friday night's matchup between the number 12 Adrian Bulldogs and the Oswego State Lakers. Back inside the Steve Levy press box, Thomas Turgeon and Kyle Spiezak with you tonight on tonight's broadcast as we do an update from the men's game as well, as they're currently trailing 3-1 against Hobart. Hobart capitalizing 2 goals on the power play within the last minute of the second period. So a tough ending of the second period for the men's team. They'll be back in action against Elmira tomorrow night.
That's what, going into the third period, Oswego is down 3-1 to Hobart. All 3 goals of Hobart coming off of power plays. So obviously some things that Oswego needs to fix up in their own defensive zone, especially on that penalty kill. 0 for 3 to start the season on the penalty kill is not a stat you want.
Both programs trailing by a 3-1 scoreline entering the third period. It shall be interesting to see if either of them come away with a victory. Going down 2 to start the final frame. Bench is making some noise as we get set to go for the third period of play.
As we are interrupted by the scoreboard once more.
There's a couple clock malfunctions, but puck is down and third period is set to go. As it's dumped in by the Lakers. Malone racing for it quick on Corbett. Knocked down by Rachel, though, as both of them battle on front. Haas at the point, fires a shot. That gets blocked. A miss pass by Shell. Zenstein just wires one wide. Haas cycled back down for Malone. She takes a chop at it. Cleared all the way down the length of the ice. They're waving it off. No ice as they'll race all the way down for it. Shell, a drop pass for Zenstein that rolls right off her stick. A ricochet back for Haas. Finds a wide open McGrath on the left side. She'll try and dump it in as they battle for it. It's right in her skates. It will be a high stick on Oswego.
And Oswego switching up the lines here a little bit to start. Starting off the game, we had Malone, Haas, and Corbett starting the game. But this time around, it was Malone, Haas, and McGrath moving up to join that first line on left wing.
Face-off won by the Lakers as it's picked up by Zemlak as it goes right in front of Oswego State's bench and dumped right back in to the Bulldog end. Riley picks it up. Banked off the boards, kept in though by Oswego. Bednarik shot, that goes over the goal. Bednarik back up for Zemlak as that bounces off her stick. Kept in though by the Lakers just by a hair as Webster keeps it in. Bednarik rather, trying to feed one out in front. Tadia, the only goal scorer for the Lakers today, in the corner with Mucha. She's tied up by Riley.
No hooking call there.
Things getting a little reckless here for Oswego and Adrian as it's knocked away, chipped up the boards, knocked down by Bednarik.
One ref
and one official calling a high stick.
The other calling it off.
Outside the zone.
So we have the linesman there calling it no high stick there, but the official does call it a high stick, so we have the face-off here in the neutral zone.
Face-off won by the Lakers, dumped right back into the far corner by Zemlak. Hall racing for it, ties her up. Really all pile in the corner. Corbett now on. Dumped right back out. Webster in the corner. Anderson for it. As fed out in front, it goes off a few skates, knocked down by Hull. So we don't see Kirikakis on this line right now. It's Corbett, Shines, and Hull. Kirikakis originally slated on this fourth line. A shot there, stopped by Levy and covered up, as we will see Kirikakis come on now, though. It looks like they'll be rotating a few things. It's going to be Burke, Kirikakis, and Grugan. So it looks like McGrath and Kirikakis flip-flop on the line, as we'll see the replay of the previous stop by Levy here.
That's what, just kind of a weird opportunity there. Kind of just flops over, but not much of an opportunity there for Adrian. It was either going off the post or Levy.
Shot blocked, chopped away by Preston. Grugan keeps it. As they can't really transition through the neutral zone, it's taken back by Dofide and dumped right back in. Fed out in front now for the Bulldogs. A little bit of traffic out in front of goal of Levy. Dumped right back in, though, by Avalone to the opposite corner. Grugan with a nice move there. Gets by a couple. Kirikakis now racing with it. Dropped off for Grugan. Looks unintentional, but still got it regardless. Comes to the near corner now as they battle for it along the boards. Kept in, though, by Preston. She banks one off the glass. Kirikakis tied up in the corner. Couple changes for Oswego. A stretch pass on the far side that was intended for Hudenish. Cannot get anything going. Haas dropped for Malone for Shell. A shot whiffed on as It's taken back by Adrian. Brought back the other way is Lore. A shot on goal by Levy, or a shot on goal by Slater, excuse me, and stopped by Levy there. 16:26 remaining in this third period of play. A 3-1 score line as we'll look at the replay here on Levy, and a pretty routine save.
Yeah, that one's just right in the chest. That one, not much that Adrian was planning to do on that, just trying to get a shot on net. But Oswego on the other end, they seem to be fanning on a lot of their shots this period.
As Oswego has possession now. Malone pauses, finds Haas on the far side as the puck really just rolls right off her stick. Zenstein gets taken down, loose puck out in front, shot gets deflected and behind the net now. Fed out in front, no one home, and it's picked up by McGrath. Slid over for Haas, carrying across the right side. She pulls a nice toe drag, but it's an immediate turnover there for Roy. Oswego State gets a couple women off, couple on. Tadia the first one on the forecheck there. She'll have it. Little chip pass, and Oswego will get a change, but it's deflected into the bench, and that will be a stoppage of play. Face off right in front of the Oswego State bench.
Yeah, deflection goes right off of Grugan's face there on the bench, but a good effort by Tadia trying to poke it around the Adrian defenseman. Try to get something going, get some possession in the zone, but we got a face off in the neutral.
Face-off won by the Bulldogs, and it's taken away by Hudanish, dumped right in. Levy with the cover, and a pretty quick stoppage there. As Oswego really hasn't been able to get any quality opportunities on goal.
That's what, as we see here, Adrian has 27 shots on goal compared to Oswego's 15, going 12 more shots this period than Oswego. Or not this period, this game, my apologies.
Face-off won by the Lakers, picked up by Tadia as she gets tied up. The puck comes free. It's Zemlak. She gets taken down by Hudanish and kept right back in by the Bulldogs. It's Roy in the corner, circled right back up, picked up by Tadia. So puck deflects, finds Bednarik right in front of the Bulldog bench. She gets met by a Bulldog in front of there. It's taken back by Roy down the right side. Can't pull a toe drag there as it's knocked away by Zemlak. Opposite side for Mucha.
Great play by Zemlak, staying home there.
Battling for it up top. Trubin a shot, and that gets deflected wide. Tadia wraps it around to the near side again. Bednarik rather banks off the wall. 3-on-2. Bednarik looking for the pass for Mucha as that deflects off a skate. As the Bulldogs carry it across center ice. As she gets taken down by Zenstein, it looks like. Puck comes free. Turned over, though, by Shell. Zenstein slow to get up. Shot coming on. Rebound squeaks to the corner. Hudon battling for it. As Adrian maintains possession. Anderson shot blocked out in the slot. Hull carrying it across on the far side. Brings it towards the middle. Picked up by Hudon. She recovers the loose puck. Cleared to the far boards. As Adrian just seems to have just two Bulldogs every single spot you look. Just two-man possession, it seems. Anderson down the far side. Shot patted away by Levy. It's carried up by Zenstein. Oswego State looks a little fatigued going in this third period of play. 13:38 to go. Thomas Turgeon and Kyle Spizak with you here on WTOP 10. The home opener for the women's hockey program in the 2022-23 campaign. Hudon pinned to the glass there as they battle for it. Two Bulldogs there. Kira Costas joins. Zenstein trying to hold the line. Cannot icing on the play. Waved off. Picked up by Lease. As she'll take it across center ice. She gets tangled up. Webster screaming for a penalty from the bench. And no penalty there. Zenstein a backhand pass for Grugan as she'll pull it back. Burke looks for Lease. That gets knocked down by the official's right skate as Kirikakis down in the opposite corner. Brings it back towards the near side. Carries it up on her own. A bank pass looking for Grugan. It was knocked down by Anderson, and they can't seem to get anything going. As Grugan can't fumble the loose puck. She recovers it now. Dumped in. Swatted back down by Anderson. As Adrian just not letting anything in the defensive zone. A shot coming on there. That goes wide.
Yeah, Oswego does not have an answer to Anderson trying to get around her. She's been stepping up at the blue line and just solid defense.
McGrath taken down, and that will be a penalty, and it will be going to Una Belling going to the box. It will be a hook on the Bulldog forward. And interesting story about Una Belling from Stavanger, Norway. Played at the Ontario Hockey Academy and a crucial score for this team last season, as we see the replay there of her taking down McGrath. Belling, 22 games played, 24 points, averaging over a point per game, 14 goals, 10 assists. A huge part of this team out in Michigan, Sean Skelly's squad. Oswego on the power play again. It's going to be Zenstein. Peeling back towards the top of the slot, slides it over for Haas. Pump fakes on the shot, finds Zenstein at the point again. Fired on there, that one got deflected into the netting and out of play. As that was deflected, it looked like by the stick of Hansen. As it looks like the faceoff will still be in the defensive zone, so it must have went off an Adrian defender out in front. As they can't get anything going. As we'll see the replay here as Oswego State back in action. Faceoff won by Adrian. As Malone picks it up. Finds Haas. Back for Zenstein. For Haas at the point as they play pitch and catch. Haas shot blocked off a shin pad and recovered back. She gets a little hooky there, offsides, cleared right back out. Knocked off the skate by Zenstein. She gets taken down. Will that be no, it'll be a penalty.
Penalty on Zenstein for the trip there in center ice. Now we have a minute of 4-on-4 play here in the third period. 11:28 to go. Oswego with some good opportunities moving the puck down there, as we see Zenstein just her stick gets tripped up in the feet of an Adrian player. So we go to 4-on-4. Oswego back to even strength. Hopefully they can make some moves here with all the open ice.
A minute 17, 4-on-4 remaining for Oswego State and Adrian. But an update from the cooler. Hobart now leading 4-1 against the Oswego State men's program. Hobart, a tough team. We expected that coming in. Ranked 5th in the nation and would get eliminated in the NCAA tournament against the national champs, Adrian Bulldogs men's hockey program. Mucha whacks it in as the puck spins like a top to the far side corner. Riley gets taken down by Mucha. Bednarek racing for it. Kept in, though, by Lees. She tries to backhand it back into the offensive zone. It's dumped in by Webster, however. A few will get a change.
A lot of open ice here on this 4-on-4. Oswego's got to try to make some passes and spread the ice, Sturge.
It's going to be interesting. You see Adrian, they've been moving the puck very well, and they're very, very fast team skating-wise. You see carrying up the ice is Trubin. She's angled off by Bednarek. Webster carrying across the neutral zone. It seems she will carry on her own. A miss pass there intended for Haas, but it's taken away by Cataret. Cataret behind the net, dumps it across for Trubin. Trubin for Zemlak. It goes off her stick. Adrian now on a power play. Haas on the puck now as she'll battle for it in the corner. Anderson now behind the net, contested by Shell as she goes all the way back to the opposite corner and finished off. Right on front, Corbett, and it goes deflected into the corner. 20 seconds remaining in this power play opportunity for the Bulldogs. Zemlak takes down Corbett in the near corner as Adrian looks to reset. 10 seconds left in this power play. Brought back up top is Bellin. She brings it all the way around, angled off by Zemlak and cleared out by Malone, and the Lakers return to full strength. Bednarek right off the bench and right in on Goldberg. She'll smother that. 9:22 remaining in this third period of play as Adrian leads 3-1, same way we started this third period of play. Nonetheless, Oswego couldn't really get any mojo going. They take a penalty there, a 4-on-4, nullifies any opportunities cut for the Lakers there.
Yeah, and a bit of an odd penalty kill setup down there. Usually you don't see your penalty kill push out to the corners, but they were pushing all the way out to the corners, trying to hoping to get the puck down the ice.
Preston attempting a one-timer there. She whiffed on it, and she's battling for it. As Preston chips it up, it bounces off the stick of Anderson as Mucha will race for it. She gets angled away by Anderson. And drop pass back up. Lease throws a couple hips there. Bednarik taken away, though, by the Bulldogs and brought back in by LaSalle. Preston behind the net for Oswego. She puts on the brakes and puts it in reverse. Lease gets taken down out in front of the goal of Levy.
Oswego doing a much, much better job this period, not allowing anything to go inside of the hash marks right there.
Tadia taken down in front of the wheel logo at center ice. No call there. Oswego really looking for some penalties right now, and the refs just seem to let them play on. I mean, nonetheless, it's been a physical game nonetheless. As it's dumped right back in. Looks like Corbett battling for it. Excuse me, Lease rather. She's been out there for a while. Loose puck out in front. Save, rebound one more time. And it goes over the goal. There's a Laker in behind the net of Levy. It looks like it's Shines rather. And Hull carries it into the offensive zone. Oswego gets away with one there. A close opportunity for the Bulldogs to pad this lead. 7:40 to go. The clock is ticking. And not in favor of Oswego State as it's rimmed around, gets off the stick of Webster and goes right in front of the Adrian bench. Some will come off, some will come on. As she'll leave it over for Zemlak, tries to clear it up, knocked down by Malone. Malone can't get past the relentless Adrian Forchak, banked off the boards for Hall. Malone looking to pick up the loose puck.
Oswego has no time to think when they have the puck on their stick. Adrian is on them immediately.
Adrian just seems a lot more relentless going for against Oswego State. A shot deflected there off a skate on front, kept in though by the Bulldogs, and a lot of collision now at the top of the near side circle. As it's dumped right back in though by the Bulldogs as they'll battle for it on the shot. Shot there blocked away. As Oswego State really can't get anything going, looking to clear as it's banked off the boards. And it finally comes free as Simone Bednarik a 1-on-3 the other way. Brings it to the corner. Bednarik for Haas. Haas rotates as she'll go behind the net, has a little bit of speed. Feeds it up top for Zenstein, they'll cycle. Zenstein now behind the net, not really generating any opportunity or passing lane. As Mucha back down in the corner. As the puck really rolls off for a stick there, 6:14 remaining in this third period. Zenstein shot, deflected, and it goes wide. Picked right back up, though, by the Bulldogs. Oswego on a good forecheck so far, but they're finally able to clear. Zenstein grabs it back, though, turns and burns and brings it right back in, and a dump in. McGrath with a head of speed, a little skip and a jump, and back in the corner it goes. Oswego State's forecheck being good in the last few shifts is really now Oswego pulling the same thing they did on Adrian. Haas tried to keep it in, called it offsides by the linesman as there'll be a first whistle in a couple minutes as Oswego State, a couple good possessions, I'd say. I wouldn't really say opportunities for Oswego State, but Lexi Levy at the other end making a few stops of her own.
That's all right. Here we see just a lucky opportunity. Hockey gods in favor of Oswego there as the puck bounces off the top of the twine. Another face-off here in Adrian's zone as it just goes right to Goldberg. She taps that off. But one thing I've noticed about this Oswego team here in the third period, Thomas, is they've been utilizing the cycle more, and it has been working for them. As we can see, they are in Adrian's zone right now, and they've been able to cycle the puck a lot better, and they're maintaining possession. Now the problem is they got to get shots on net. They only had 8 shots at the end of the first, 14 in the third.
Zenstein shot blocked away by Goldberg. And it's picked right back up by Corbett. She makes some moves of her own, finds center, and one more pass to boot. It brings Adrian into their offensive zone for the first time in a few minutes as they'll cycle. Sorrell battling in the corner. The puck comes free, and it's rimmed all the way around to the other side. Kirikakis racing for it on Corbett as she was pinched off. Malone looks for the saucer pass for Kirikakis. It's a race for it. Kirikakis nullifying the icing, battling for it. She'll fall down. Anderson there. Kirikakis racing back, trying to get something going. She'll look for a change. A backhand save there by Levy as brought out in front. A shot there, chop shot, save by Levy once more on the one-time shot by Roy.
Levy with a great job taking away that opportunity. Coming in the zone, Adrian just kind of dances right around Oswego's defense. Oswego's getting caught puck watching instead of taking the body and pushing them outside, which is allowing them to make those moves to get those good opportunities on Levy.
Oswego battling forward in the corner is Lease. As the puck comes free, it's scooped up by Tadia. Back off the boards and spins all the way out to the neutral zone as trying to clear was Adrian as it went off the shin pad of Bednarik, but they find a way to make it out anyways. Brought back in, a backdoor pass, and that one goes just off the stick of Wolschlager, who already has one today. As Adrian regroups, a bank pass, and I thought that was kept in, but I guess not, as Tadia knocked it down. Little miscommunication there. Webster racing forward on the back end. Shines will pick it up instead. A nice pass for Grugan. Look to drop it off for Tadia. Cannot. Zemlak over for Shines on the left side. Shines gets by as picks up the loose puck. Fed one out in front. Looking for the trailer. That was Hull. Couldn't get anything there as it's brought in by Bellin. She gets knocked off by Webster. No arms raised there. A little bit of physicality, much like every other shift in this game so far. Grugan blows a tire and collides aggressively into the wall, even though no one was around her.
And we know these two teams have a bit of history when it comes to the physicality. Last year's matchup, a misconduct being awarded for a fight that comes out at the end of the game. As here we see a bit of extracurriculars. Looks like that is Webster going at it with
Ruda
Bellin. So, both of these teams, I mean, we're here in the last 3 minutes. Things are expected to get chippy when you're down 3-1. You're trying to make that last push. You need that momentum. That big hit is what's going to get it, as we saw Webster throw a big hit down in Oswego's defensive zone.
Now for it, Haas gets angled off right in front of the scoreboard operator down ringside as Shell battles for it behind the net. Out in front is Adrian just being the dominant team in this third period of play. Fed on front, a one-timer, loose puck coming out free as sticks are all over the place. Can't get anything going. And it's kept in. Shell looks to feed it out for Malone. She sprawls for it, can't get it out as it's kept in. Anderson, shot, scores!
Ref calls that one off at first, didn't think it went in, but it goes off the right post, off the left post, and trickles in across the line. Adrian takes the lead 4-1 here with 2:29 to go here in the third. Oswego just kind of falling apart. It looks like they are tired. This Adrian team just appears to be more conditioned. They're moving with speed, and they're just kind of burning around as we see here. Just a good shot there coming down. A good pinch there by Adrian, able to keep the play going. Good center pass. Kind of just chips that one, but it goes off the bar, and into the twine.
Carmen Anderson, a junior last year, tallying 24 points. Another individual who tallies today and was essential to Adrian's run last year as a successful program. Puck in the corner now, 4-1 in favor of the Bulldogs. Mucha battles for it as Oswego just can't seem to find a positive note within this last 5 minutes of play. Just seem outworked at this point. Tadia finds the opposite side for Zemlak. Centered for Bednarik, a 2-on-1 now. Bednarik, pass gets knocked away by Tadia as they'll collide. Kept in though by the Lakers. Webster slams it right out behind the net. Tadia looks to stabilize the spinning puck. Cannot, but nonetheless, Oswego State can't get anything going that's as they possess in the corner. Anderson from LaSalle being the most recent goal scorer for the Bulldogs as they can't get anything going. Mucha tries to dump it in. A ricochet just gets barely by Kirikakis. Bednarik keeps it in the offensive zone. Kept in though by Mucha. She'll backhand it in and get a change. As the incoming pass knocked down by Kirikakis. She looks to find Shell. As Webster and Kirikakis both battle for in the corner. Puck comes free the opposite corner. Slater shot on goal. That gets blocked down and knocked away by Burke. As she'll chip it in and race for it. She'll be the first one there. Burke behind the net. Couple changes for Oswego as it's brought to the point by Lease. Shot there, ricochet, and that goes just wide and over the goal.
Great look from Lease, looking backdoor for Grugan, just goes over the net.
Lease trying to feed one out in front again, no one there. Zenstein picks it up. Finds the other side, was Grugan, shot gloved in by Goldberg.
And they're
a shove there
pushing
on
Lease around.
A couple extracurriculars out in front of the goal of Goldberg as they get a few conversations. It looks like Corbett and Zenstein giving a few words to each other, but 4-1, 23 seconds remain in this third period of play as they'll be back in action again tomorrow, these two same teams. Cleared out by the Bulldogs. This goes all the way down the length of the ice as Lease will get it with 16.2 remaining.
That's what, Turge, I will say. There has been some bright spots for this Oswego team, although they are down 4-1 with 16-2 to go. Some good moments from new players, new transfers coming in. Rhea Zemlak and Kaylin Tadia, just amazing games from the both of them. It may not show in the stat sheet, but Zemlak, just a great stay-at-home defenseman. She facilitated the breakout so well all game long. Just able to move it up, and those two on the ice together, they are going to be a solid go-to duo.
And the horn sounds. Adrian takes game one in the two-game series this weekend as they outshoot the Lakers 30-17 and capture the victory by a final score of 4-1 as Adrian gets their first victory of the year. Emma Corbett evens the sister brouhaha, and Oswego takes their first loss of the 2022-23 season as it was a close contest. It just seemed really the puck luck was in the Bulldogs' favor. Nothing really they were able to do for a couple of those opportunities, just really point blank. That last one, the ref didn't call in until it went off both posts, back off the first post and in. That was when it was finally made official as a good goal. So at the end of the day, a 3-1 game given that unfortunate bounce, but a 4-1 loss in terms of the Lakers against the Adrian Bulldogs as they open up the regular season play. Once again, welcome inside the Steve Levy press box. Thomas Turgeon joined by Kyle Spizak for the post-game report as Oswego falls to Adrian 4-1. A close contest nonetheless. A lot of positives, a couple negatives to take away from this contest.
Yeah, like I said at the end of the game there, Tadia and Zemlak, both of them showed a lot of promise being transfers coming in and a freshman coming in. Really, really good. It's a good sign for the future of this Oswego program. Tadia was very quick, very smart, made good plays, got good shots, and Zemlak, like I said, just facilitating the breakout, stay-at-home D, and just poking the way and getting the movement out of the front of the net.
I think one of the things that we were really looking at first that the spotlight was on was Lexi Levy's first start of the year where she was unable to really get the job done. She had a couple unfortunate bounces as we see the Corbett sisters are talking across the ice in front of the family. A little cool moment, a little bit of goosebumps there, but nonetheless, Oswego State back in action against Adrian tomorrow. I think one of the things that I noticed personally was most definitely the chemistry just seemed a little off foot as it looks like the family wants a picture after game one goes in favor of Emma. It'll be a competition battle tomorrow as the series is tied at 1 currently. Will probably be one of the couple last times that we'll see these two go at it against each other. A little bit of distance is spectacular. You see so much of the family members coming from Rochester. They didn't make the trip. They did play Adrian last year, but it was out in Adrian, Michigan. The family from Rochester, so pretty cool being just only really an hour 20 away to watch both of them play again for a couple more times.
Yeah, you say it all the time, the 104. You mention 104 all the time, whether it be the 104 matchup going over to Jenny, whether it be going over to Hobart, as men's team is in Hobart right now at the cooler. Still 4-1, Hobart leads that game. So 3 power play goals for Hobart in the game so far. Both teams down 4-1. Not the start they're looking for to get going on the season, but it's nothing that you can let get to you too much. It's a long season. It's just one game. You got to forget about it and move on.
I think the chemistry really was definitely needed. I mean, you look at that cohesion wasn't really there so far, but how they bounced back from a loss tonight. I mean, you only have a short turnaround going into tomorrow. What do you focus on the most going into tomorrow?
Focusing on tomorrow, they really need to clean up their defensive zone. That was the big issue why Adrian was able to dominate them so much. Their defense got tired because they were just running around. They were puck chasing instead of staying home, staying at their positions where they're meant to be. If you do that, you eliminate passing lanes. You get your stick in those lanes. Adrian's not able to make those passes. When you're running around, you're tiring yourself out, and then that's opening more ice for Adrian to get those pass lanes because their team was constantly moving all the time. Oswego got caught flat-footed a few times, and it turned out to be detrimental to the team.
Most definitely so. The Adrian Bulldogs were able to capture the victory tonight, but we don't stop there as they'll be back in action once again tomorrow at 3 o'clock for puck drop in the final matchup of the Corbett versus Corbett series, really, but as well as the men's playing at 7 o'clock against Elmira here at the Deb. Both games can be seen on WTOP10.com. But for now, for producer Jared Wakefield, director Alex Brooks, Kyle Spizak, I'm Thomas Turgeon saying so long from the Port City. Adrian takes this one 4-1. Good night.